uh, Bhagavad Gita, chapter 17, text 3. This is the divisions of faith. Krishna is explaining to Arjuna what are the different types of faith. So, Sattva Rupa Sarvasya Shraddha Bhavati Bharata Shraddha Mayoyam Purusho Yoyak Shraddha Sa Eva Sa. O son of Bharat, according to one's existence under the various modes of nature, one evolves a particular kind of faith. The living being is said to be of a particular faith according to the modes he has acquired. So everyone has a particular type of faith, regardless of what he is. I'm sorry. But his faith is considered good, passionate, or ignorant according to the nature he has acquired. Thus, according to his particular type of faith, one associates with certain persons. Now, the real fact is that every living being, as is stated in the 15th chapter, is originally a fragmental part and parcel of the Lord. Therefore, one is originally transcendental to all the modes of material nature. But when one forgets his relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead and comes into contact with the material nature in conditional life, he generates his own position by association with the different varieties of material nature. So somebody might say, oh, I don't have any faith. But not having faith is also a faith. You know, there's some atheists who say, I don't have faith in God. But then they have faith in their own faith. And so that faith is called in the mode of ignorance. You know, so everyone has some faith or the other. It just depends under what modes is that faith. Actually, originally, Krishna, he says in the 15th chapter that we are his eternal, fragmental parts. Eternal. We always exist. We have always existed. We are existing, and we will continue to exist as spirit souls, not this body. When he's saying or fragmental part and parcel, he does not refer to the body. He means to us, the spirit soul. And the spirit soul is Satchidananda, is not under the influence of the modes of nature. But because we are in this material world, we wanted to lord it over this material world. We want to enjoy this material world. We have become under these modes of nature. The modes have entangled us. But originally, once we are situated in our true position as the spirit soul, part and parcel of Krishna, then we rise above the modes. The resultant artificial faith and existence are only material, although one may be conducted by some impression or some conception of life. Originally, he is nirguna or transcendental. Therefore, one has to become cleansed of the material contamination that he has acquired in order to regain his relationship with the Supreme Lord. So each of us has our relationship with the Supreme Lord. Each of us have our own relationship with the Lord, and we can revive it. And the process of reviving this relationship is bhakti yoga, hearing and chanting. That is the only path back without fear, Krishna consciousness. If one is situated in Krishna consciousness, then that path is guaranteed for his elevation to the perfectional stage. You see, guarantee here. Prabhupada is saying, guarantee. Why is Prabhupada saying? Because Krishna is saying, I guarantee you, you do bhakti yoga, you will come to me. You will not be fearful anymore. Bhakti yoga is the only path which gives a full guarantee of perfection. There is no other path. Every other path is based on mental speculation, and nobody can give the guarantee because they themselves don't have the guarantee. They themselves don't know what they are doing. But the devotee can guarantee that engage in bhakti yoga, you are guaranteed the path of perfection, because that is the only path of perfection. If one does not take to this path of self-realization, then he is surely to be conducted by the influence of the modes of nature. The word Shraddha of faith is very significant in this verse. Shraddha of faith originally comes out of the mode of goodness. One's faith may be in a demigod or some created god or some mental concoction. One's strong faith is supposed to be productive of works of material goodness. But in material conditional life, no works are completely purified. They are mixed. They are not in pure goodness. Pure goodness is transcendental. So actually Shraddha of faith is supposed to be in pure goodness. But in this material world, there is no pure goodness. It's all mixed up. The goodness is also a material goodness over here, you know. So the only pure goodness, what is the way of understanding in pure goodness, one can understand the Supreme Lord. One can understand the real nature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And that's why Bhakti Yoga, that is pure goodness. It's above the modes of goodness, passion, and ignorance. It's transcendental. As long as one's faith is not completely in purified goodness, the faith is subject to contamination by any of the modes of material nature. The contaminated modes of material nature expand to the heart. Therefore, according to the position of the heart in contact with a particular mode of material nature, one's faith is established. It should be understood that if one's heart is in the mode of goodness, his faith is also in the mode of goodness. So here Prabhupada is saying that the modes, they also influence our heart. So it depends where is our heart at. If our heart is in the mode of goodness, then our faith will be in the mode of goodness. And if his heart is in the mode of passion, his faith is also in the mode of passion. And if his heart is in the mode of darkness, illusion, his faith is also thus contaminated. Thus, we find different types of faith in this world, and there are different types of religions due to different types of faith. The real principle of religious faith is situated in the mode of pure goodness. But because the heart is tainted, we find different types of religious principles. Thus, according to different types of faith, there are different kinds of worship. So because we have this different types of faith, we are influenced by these different modes of nature. So because we have influence of different modes of nature, we have different types of faith. Because we have different types of faith, there are different types of religion. Although the real religion, the real faith is to love God, that's all. But because we are in this material nature, we have these varieties of faith. Like some people have the faith that, oh, if I drink alcohol, I'm going to be okay. That's also a faith, but that's a faith in the mode of ignorance. You know, so we just have to understand that it's not, nobody says we can't be faithless. We have a faith in something, and then what we are having faith in categorizes. So a pure devotee, he has complete faith in Krishna. So his faith is in the mode of pure goodness. Is that okay?
Like the faith you mentioned, that we have different kind of faith. So what is this, the heart is in, when, like, how do we know that the heart is in the mode of goodness? Then we have a mode of goodness. So like, can you give some example or something about it, please?
For example, so what is our personality? What are our qualities? What is our desire? You know? So then based on our desire, because the heart is the seat of all the desires, right? So then based on all our desires, then we'll be in that mode. For example, if we are cultivating Brahmanical qualities, then that is in the mode of goodness, right? And passion is when we have a lot of activity. If I do a lot of activity, I'll be happy. That's how our heart is affected by passion then. So we want to do a lot of work. So then that's the faith that I'm going to do. And of course, Krishna will explain in the next verse that different types of worship. Here Krishna is speaking about worship, but the different types of faith, it just depends on our desire, basically. because the heart is the seat of the desire.
Okay.
So, yeah, based on our desire, then we are influenced by the goodness and passion and ignorance.
Okay.
So we can stop here today. Srimad
Yes.
Bhagavad
Thank
Gita
you.
ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Hari Hari Bol. Thank you for joining in. Hare Krishna.